What has been your favorite part of being in theater?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I will tell you, but I will have to kill you.
Favorite part of being in drama.
My favorite part this year, my only year.
Favorite part of being in Drama Club has definitely been seeing it transform from what it was in 2008 when I came here to what it is now in 2012. And also being on stage crew and stage manager, being backstage of the plays is just awesome.
Being on the stage part, I really enjoyed doing that, but my favorite part was being backstage and being able to see how everything worked in a play and being able to be a part of gathering all the props and helping with getting the costumes together and all that stuff. And I love organizing, and my job in the drama club was to do that. So
I love the friendships and everybody because we just have a really good time. We all share common interests, and we have just a really good goofy time together, and really just a good fellowship and stuff that you don't have sometimes with people that you normally wouldn't interact with, people from different majors and different departments, different walks of life that I would never meet.
The food. Just kidding. The friendships that I made with people that I normally wouldn't have been friends with just because we never hang out. And being on stage in like a production like this, because whenever I joined in high school, my school was shutting down, and so we didn't have one. So I finally got to do it this year.
Martha? I guess just being on stage and also meeting everybody in the cast and on the crew, and just getting to be part of that awesome time. Tim's my home.
What's your favorite play that you've been in so far?
Okay, this is the hardest one. There's a lot. I've enjoyed each one, but the two I enjoyed the most are
My favorite plays, and then there were none, mainly because the cast was awesome, the director was awesome, the crew was awesome, and it was a great storyline, and we just really were family.
Favorite has to be And Then There Were None. That was the first one I directed here, and it was a different step for us, being a murder mystery where we killed almost everybody on stage or off stage, and presented something different we never had before, and it was a lot of fun to do something a little more dark in nature that required some more serious acting in it. So it was good.
it's been a lot of kind of hard to pick. So
shoot, you can't take it with you. When I was
I've been in as an acting,
and A Midsummer Night's Dream as Puck.
out of all the ones I've been involved with or acting in was A Midsummer Night's Dream. That one I was acting in it. I got to play my flute in it, and I also was doing props managing as well. So it was very busy, but very fun. Really, really enjoyed that one. I also enjoyed And Then There Were None.
What is your favorite play that you've been in?
Arsenic and Old Lace.
Of
That was
all
the only
plays
one
you've
I
been
was in.
What the puck?
Actually, a question that's just for you. If you could have been in any of the other plays, which ones would you have wanted to be in the most?
And Then There Were None.
Awesome. What has been the funniest moment you've had, I guess this year and of all time?
Okay, I have three.
Funniest moment so far in Drama Club, other than the events that happened tonight while we're making these interviews.
I guess it would have to be, there's two of them I'd have to pick from. The first one would be when I was in Revenge of the Dwems. I got one of my lines wrong and said it was, but wait a minute, it's like you never even heard of intentional fallacy. Well, in the middle of play rehearsal, I yelled international fallacy. And so all of us just started like laughing really hard.
Okay, my funniest moment was, well, there were two. There's one whenever Alex, who was Teddy, came out on stage and tried to blow the trumpet and didn't have the mouthpiece in. And me and Tiffany were backstage and we nearly lost it.
Has to be last semester in Peter Pan and Wendy. We had this rock set up for the lagoon scene, and everyone's laughing thinking about it already. We could never quite get that thing to stand up, and the one night the water was lapping and they knocked it over. It kept like bobbing up and down. Finally it fell completely over. Gabriel and Melody had to look at it, and the next line Melody has to say is, "Look, Peter, the rock is getting smaller." And there's several lines after that talking about the rock getting smaller as the water rises. and the water's rising, the rock's getting smaller, and the audience thought the entire time they were improvising, when in fact it was actually just them following the script, and it just fit the moment perfectly. Best moment ever. One of the funniest things ever.
First one I was ever in here at TFC was Our Hearts Were Young and Gay, because and at the very end. And so TC and, what's his face, Nick, they had a homo moment on the bed. Woke up to homo. And I took a picture and it's on my Facebook.
And then the other time I was on stage and Martha was trying to drag a chair to sit down in as an ant, and it broke. And her face, when she came up smiling at me, almost made me like die on stage and had to walk away. And then come back and hold the chair together while she sat in it.
And then, oh yeah, number two. For me to invade Philip Heimbuch's personal space, I would sit on him and say, "So, Mr. I forget his name." And he'd like turn like bright red every single time. That was legit fun.
My first play I was a part of, in Our Hearts Were Young and Gay, one of the beds, we had to put it on after intermission, and I was responsible for it, and I didn't put it on right and make it right, and it completely fell apart during the performance, and Amanda Kessler fell on the floor. And she had to play it off, and that was my fault.
Tim's like, "No, Aunt Abby, come look at the window seat. This is not Mr. Hoskins." By the way, that sounded really dumb. And there's Beth and Jen Doll. I'm like, who could that be? Funny story about my hammer.
But I guess my funniest one would be during the importance of being earnest. The night of play rehearsal, and I was extremely tired. Someone gave me a 5-shot energy drink. Backstage, I was running crazy, and then all of a sudden, conked out. And everybody was like laughing at the fact that I fell asleep so quick. Yes. So that was pretty funny.
If you could give advice to the remaining people that are left in theater, what would you give them and leave to them?
Don't be dumb.
To them.
Like fascism is.
Don't forget your props.
Don't wait till your last semester in college to do a play.
Be involved in it every semester that you can. I know people always say, "Oh, I'm so busy, blah, blah." Crap! Even if you have like 24 credits, I was in it when I had 24 credits. And I did fine, and I passed all my classes. And so if I can do that, you can definitely do that too.
The advice I would give a couple things. One, make sure you have a strong, committed person doing records and archives manager, because it is a lot of work, and you need someone good and strong, committed, and who's organized doing it. Because I've been in that position for 4 years, and before me, they had nothing. So took me 4 years to get where I am. So whoever's coming up, they need to be strong in that.
Regardless of if you agree with leadership or not, like, respect them and follow them, because they're in charge, and yeah, just support them.
If you want to keep having a drama club and keep doing these things, and having the friendships and having the artistic release and everything, be wise and be smart and watch what you do, and just be discerning in how we present things.
So just have fun.
Just have fun. Don't be too stressed out about the whole thing. If you're struggling with your lines, don't get annoyed with yourself or aggravated at all. Just kind of take a break. Take it easy at first, and then really own it towards the end, because that's what helped me. So,
Sweet.
I would say that.
Also, if you are not acting in a play, I strongly advise you to be on stage group, because if you haven't been working backstage and seeing all the work that goes into a play other than acting, it'll change your whole perspective on the play, and that every part of the play counts, not just the actors.
Be open to meeting new people, because you'll meet awesome people
True
every
story.
semester. Every semester.
We're up against a tough battle, being I guess not a Christian club necessarily, but we still do great things. We have great fun. But to really just be leaders and rise to the challenge and do things that have to be done, but be wise about it, because we just always have to be on our guard and be on our toes with this.
And that be all, homebrew.
Yes.
Aw.